Godzilla minus 1. Of course, the original title is Gojira, negative 1.0. The film is an action sci-fi adventure drama. The film's written and directed by Takashi Yamazaki, known for films like Always Sunset on the 3rd Street, Always Sunset on 3rd Street 2, and the co-director of Stand By Me, Doraemon 2. Post-war Japan is at its lowest point, when a new crisis emerges in the form of a giant monster, baptized in the horrific power of the atomic bomb. The film's runtime is 125 minutes. Film's rating is PG-13 in color. And yes, Godzilla, negative minus 1. And this is a film. I do love Godzilla. I think Godzilla's a cool character. I still to this day can remember seeing, I think in the school books in elementary, a picture of Godzilla, all black and white, just going through Japan, and they had a description saying in 19 something an attack in Japan, and I was like, oh my god, can't believe a giant lizard destroyed Japan back in the day. Because again, it was all in black and white, so my little brain was like, yeah, that happened, that really happened. Japan got slaughtered by a giant lizard, and I guess when I got older, I was like, oh yeah, that's from a movie. I guess little Josue thought that it was real. But yeah, I didn't have any expectations going into this movie. I was like, alright, let's see Godzilla. I was pretty much going into this saying, alright, let's see Godzilla go through these guys like nothing. And I was surprised because this film is probably the best Godzilla movie I've ever seen. This is an amazing film with surprisingly amazing characters, which one of the biggest issues with monster films is that the characters are just, they're not there, they have no writing, they're just, you don't care for the characters. You just want Godzilla to go to Japan and just create, take all of them out. And surprisingly, this film does something I didn't expect. It makes the characters, it kind of makes you want to just see the characters more than seeing Gojira, what I didn't expect. Because the characters in this film are beautifully written, beautifully performed, and also when Godzilla comes along, you're like, there's so much stakes because you're like, you don't want any of these characters to die, and you really, there's stakes here that you don't expect from a Godzilla movie. And this film is amazing. I think this film, for the budget of $15 million, they made something amazing, which I didn't expect. A Godzilla movie that has a budget of $15 million, and the VFX isn't perfect. They're not 100% perfect. You can even say that sometimes it looks a little weird, but it looks, for a $15 million budget film, it's impressive. So I give Godzilla that. And the story is just incredible, and I genuinely loved this film from beginning to end. And the performances by everybody. You got, of course, the main character, Koichi Shikishima, played by Ryanosuke Kamaki, and he is the main man. He's a soldier, a kamikaze pilot who, I would say defected, but he left the battle because he was scared, and certain events happened that he froze up on, and now he's living life in just living life in a depressing way, and he has a lot of post-war trauma. He believes that he should have died in the war and died with his people. And it's incredible. This kid, I mean, I don't know how old this guy is, but he looks like a young guy. But also, just Japanese people look very young. But he's great. I think his performance is truly incredible. When things get very emotional and the drama between him and the girl, it's incredible, and it's fantastic. His performance is truly amazing. I thought the guy did a fantastic job, and you're really put in his shoes in the situation, and there's certain moments where you're like, damn, I really feel bad for this guy, and it's fantastic. I thought the kid did a great job. You also got the supporting girl. I wouldn't say a love interest, but she is pretty much a love interest. Minami Hamabi playing Noriko Oichi. And yeah, in the beginning of the movie, she's very much homeless, taking care of a baby. She sees the guy, and he's like, she pretty much gives him a baby, and pretty much forces her way into this guy's home to feed the baby. And you know, it's great. I thought the girl is really good. I really just buy their chemistry and their situation, and them being together for, I guess, for years, man. The movie takes years, and just it really, time goes by fast. They're 3 to 5 years, I think, in this movie. And it's great. I thought their chemistry is incredible, and they have beautiful it's a beautiful relationship, and you buy the drama between the two, where he's kind of hiding himself away, his emotions, and trying to maybe get married and stuff, but he still is going through a lot of stuff that he's going through, and I just love their chemistry. Of course, the antagonist of the film is Mr. Monster himself, Gojira himself. And man, this guy is a menace. This is first Godzilla, the man who just goes through buildings, kills a bunch of people, and it's not a personal thing. He's just a bomb, a natural event that is occurring, and he's just taking things out wherever he's going. And yeah, Godzilla, very menacing, a menace to these people. Like every time I see a Godzilla movie, I think to myself, man, these people always get. I just feel bad for the Japanese people every time I see a Godzilla movie. That sucks for them. And yeah, Godzilla, a menace like usual. He's not a hero. This is just Godzilla being Godzilla. And you also got, I guess, a character of Sakura Ando playing Somika Oda, who's the girl, the one who has disdain in the beginning for Koyochi, because, you know, he throws up in a certain situation and blames him for a lot of things. And yeah, this character, she's great. She's a mother in heart, and when he goes out to do his job, and I guess the wife is doing her own thing as well, she's willing to help the baby and take care of it, and she's great. She's a great character. Very, in the beginning, an asshole to the character, but understandably why she would be mean. But throughout the movie, she becomes a really likable character, and just lovable even, that she's taking care of a kid. You like this character. You also got Monitaka Aoki playing Suzaku Tachibana, who's the engineer, who has history with Koyochi in the beginning of the movie, has a little disdain to him because of certain situations. And yeah, he's in the movie. He's in the beginning of the movie and towards like the final act, and he's great. He's the engineer. He knows how to engineer the ships, and he's pretty damn good at it. And he believes that, hey, the war doesn't end, and he believes that, and he's great. He's really good in this film. You also got the character of Yuki Yamada playing Shiro Mizushima, who's the young kid who's never gone to war. He's still young. They look at him and he's like, yeah, man, the kid hasn't gone to war. You're not there yet, kid. And he's great. He just wants to defend his country, and he wants to help out. And you dig this character. You like him. And you also got Hidetaka Yoshioka playing Kenji Noda, who is the smart guy, the one who pretty much leads the team. He also leads the plan to stop and destroy Godzilla. And yeah, he's great. He's a cool character, and you like him. He's smart. He has a plan, and he knows he wants to stop Godzilla, and he's great. And you also got one of the crew members. You got Kuranosuke Sasaki playing the character of Yoji Akitsu, and he's a cool character. He's I guess the old veteran guy who's like leading the crew and being like, yeah, you know. He's like, ooh. He's great. I don't know. I don't describe this guy because he's just an older guy who's cool, and he's cool with everybody. And, you know, he sees the crew working together when they're trying to stop Godzilla, and he says, look how happy these guys are. They're truly wanting to do all these things. And he's a cool character. And just the crew, and they're fantastic. They're amazing. They all put really they're just lovable, and you just love these characters. The performances are fantastic. Direction is really good. This movie goes by really quick. A 2-hour movie, and it doesn't even feel like it. You're very much drawn to the story and the characters, and it's just fantastically made. The screenplay is great. The story and the character work of writing these characters, they really made the characters good. Like, finally, like, amazing characters that if this wasn't a Godzilla movie, this movie would still be amazing. And because of the characters and the story and them wanting to fight and defeat Godzilla, and just there's so much drama between the guy and the war and the PTSD and the soldier, and him wanting to die in the field, but he didn't even get the opportunity. He feels like he is suffering because he's still alive when he believes that he should be dead. And yeah, that's, again, very, very dramatic shit, and it's amazing. The screenplay is amazing. Chemistry, everybody's fantastic. The crew members and the guy, and of course him and the girl, they have fantastic chemistry. The score by Naoki Sato, who was the composer for the films Always, Sunset on 3rd Street, Sword of the Stranger, and Kano. And yeah, the score is amazing. I love how they bring back the freaking Godzilla theme, which is iconic. And the score is just fantastic. I thought the music for this film is amazing. The cinematography by Kozo Shibazaki, known for Always Sunset on the 3rd Street, The Fighter Pilot, and The Great War of Archimedes. And this is a very well shot film. The cinematography is fantastic. It's very well made. The shots and everything is fantastic. The editing by Ryoji Miyajima, known for editing movies like Swing Girls, Linda, 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 Always Sunset on 3rd Street. And this is a very well edited movie. This is a 2-hour film with very low budget, and it makes the film like you're always engaged, you're always on the movie, you're always just it really just hooks you. And the editing, I can't really look at this movie and think things they can cut out. Like everything's like, man, the only thing I can think of, there's certain moments in like there was like a certain moment where he was like in a plane and he was just looking left to right, and I think it was going a little too long. But I just noticed things like that, I guess. But other than that, it's very well edited. And the VFX, for a budget of 15 minutes, is pretty solid. Yeah, it's not perfect. It looks a little choppy in some aspects that you can notice. But for a movie that's a budget of $15 million, it still looks pretty good. And I can really just sit down and watch it and be like, I can say, yeah, the VFX ain't perfect, but it's still better. They're still better than some high-budget movies, which is incredible to say because, like, wow, that's movies that with like $200 million budget. This movie has some moments that look a little better than that. Yeah, man, Hollywood needs to fix their shit. And the action scenes are cool when Gojira's there and fighting, and the drama and certain scenes that are super tense. It's fantastic. And yeah, Gojira, this film is amazing. I love this film. This is probably the best Godzilla movie I've ever seen. In all honesty, it is. Because I haven't seen a lot of Godzilla movies, so it is. I think to me right now, of seeing at least, I think 2 Godzilla movies, this is the best. This is the best Godzilla movie, bar none. The characters are amazing. The characters are very interesting and intriguing. And this is a movie that Gojira, if he wasn't in it, it would still be a fantastic movie. And you can't really say that for a lot of movies. Even with superheroes. Like, if there wasn't, like, some people say if there wasn't, like, any superhero shit going on in a movie, would it still be good? And there's times where I say, yeah, like Across the Spider-Verse is a superhero movie, and some of my favorite scenes in the movie is when Miles and his mom are just talking and just him going through that emotions. And yeah, Godzilla -1 is amazing. I truly believe this is one of the best, in my opinion, the best Godzilla movies of all time, because I've only seen 2, and this is probably the best that I've seen. And I'm gonna give it, I got no issues. This film is damn perfect from beginning to end. The story is so amazing. The characters are, this is the first monster movie where I can truly give you and say that the characters truly are the highlights of this movie. This film's awesome. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 stars. It's an amazing movie. It's probably top 5 movies of the year for me. I can't say because I got to see a lot of movies. We're in almost December, so I got to rewatch some movies to truly say, alright, this is my top 10, here it is, perfect. Everything that's in it belongs. But this is an amazing year for filming. Surprisingly, Godzilla is up there with one of my favorites. So those are my thoughts, guys, for Godzilla -1.